I have partnered up with Alois to make a brand new Mordekaiser guide, and I would say it is the best Mordekaiser guide out there right now. I have given out every single piece of information that I could think of. Absolutely anything that I use, I gave out in this guide. Explaining mid to late game stages, itemization, runes, combos, absolutely anything and everything I could think of. Even video matchups. And some of these video matchups go on to be 20 minutes or longer, just for that one particular matchup. Currently, there are not all top lane champions in video format, but over time I will add more and more of them. This is also where the tips and tricks section of the matchup spreadsheet went, in case you were all wondering. As part of the agreement, I had to move it to this guide exclusively. Every other guide I have is still completely untouched, and the rest of the spreadsheet on top of the mobafire guide is still also the same on the Mordekaiser side. If you want to check it out, you can use the link in the description. With all that being said, please enjoy this video. In my opinion, the key to this matchup is rushing Spear of Shojin. Once you get that item, it feels so fun to play this lane. Before that, however, it can be trickier. If Jax takes Lethal Tempo and Ignite, he will have some serious kill pressure. He can also take something like Grasp of the Undying plus Teleport, which is what this Jax did, which means he won't have as much kill pressure. The beginning of this game went really badly for me, and I misplayed quite a bit. You're going to see it, especially at levels 2 and 3. Even my first death was completely preventable if I just paid attention a bit. Jax's Q is 1 second shorter than a rank 1 Darius Q. Once Darius gets rank 2 on Q, they're gonna be identical on cooldown, and from the 3rd rank, Darius will have a lower cooldown. But typically, you need to get at least 4 points into your Q for you to be able to Q and Jax not being able to jump it. Because normally, whenever you Q, he can use his Q to dodge it. This is also why I take Transcendence for that 10 extra haste, just so I have my Q even more. And once you get the Spear of Shojin, you will get an extra 25 basic haste, which feels really good here. It allows you to press W and Q twice every single 1v1. When he jumps on you, you can use your E to push him off of you, but be mindful of this because you will eventually run out of mana if you just spam E whenever he jumps. If you want to, you can go Mana Flow Band instead of Axiom Arcanist here, just so that you are able to get your E more. But I feel like you don't really need to. When he actually uses his Counter Strike, you can proc your W in a way to where it still goes through it. When the ability is just about to end, you can tag him with the W, and during the W animation, the E spell will end, so then your W empowered attack will hit him. It can be very tricky to do, but it is really good if you can actually pull it off. Once you get that Spear of Shojin, what I like to do is fight Jax so much more. I try to walk up to him and do a W into Q. Normally when I do that, Jax will use his Q to dodge, but I wouldn't care in this situation because I know for a fact I can get a second WQ combo off because of all the ability haste I have. On top of that, the moment I actually hit Spear of Shojin, when I hit those 5 stacks, I can just ult Jax and kill him from half health basically. After Shojin, I like to go for a Stride Breaker, but you can also go for something like a Sterak's Gauge or Kaenic Rooker. If Jax walks back into me and I auto-attack him one more time, I can catch him by surprise. I can follow that up with a Q flash into EW ult and just kill him. Always keep in mind how many stacks you have on an enemy. It can give you so many kill angles. Here I tried to get bot lane with the Herald, but it didn't work. It was way too low and it got killed. I should have hit the top tower and then left. This was just bad from me. This Fiora has a very aggressive setup. She has pressed the attack with Ignite into me. Early on, I can look to fight her, but it is going to be very flippy. Because if I don't space myself well enough, she will kill me. If she hits just 2 vitals, she might win the 1v1. And this is due to how powerful PTA plus Ignite is as a combo on Fiora early game. So I can look to concede some lane priority early on, but later on I will be able to fight her really hard. I can look to wait for my combo of Bramble Vest plus Plated Steel Caps. Or just Bramble Vest and then try to fight her. But the safest one would be Bramble plus Plated. The matchup is all about parry mind games and making sure that you take as little damage as possible from Fiora's vitals. Try to space yourself as well as you can into Fiora. Try to be unpredictable with your ultimate timings and your pull timings. Most Fioras expect you to ult at 5 stacks, so maybe try at 4 stacks. Maybe sometimes you will do it even at 3 stacks. And the same can be said for your pool. Don't be predictable with it. Maybe one time while you were chasing Fiora, you used the pool right as she was about to leave the area. The next time that happens, use it sooner because she's probably not going to expect it. Simply due to the fact that the other time you used it right at the very end. Maybe you use your pool at the beginning of a combo. Once she gets Ravenous Hydra, she will have a lot of healing, so you have to keep that in mind as well. However, once you get your Stride Breaker, it will be much easier to stick to Fiora. Normally, if you want to fight her, you kind of have to tag her with W first and then look for the fight. But it might be more difficult to actually get close enough to tag her with that W. But once you get Stride Breaker, you can use the active to slow her down and speed yourself up. And then once that happens, you can use your W in melee range or save it for a bit later in the fight. Or you can activate your Stride Breaker instead of using your pool. And that way you will save your E for later on into the fight. If you want to team fight against Fiora, always make sure you push out the side lanes. If the side lanes aren't pushed, she will melt your turrets really hard. And in the hyper late game, it will be super difficult to 1v1 her, so try not to get there.
An enemy has been slain. Killing spree. Slain an enemy. An enemy has been slain.
What I'm doing is actually really bad. I shouldn't just be sitting on mid lane. I could go either top or bot lane and just pressure it. Just running down the mid lane all the time from base is not good for me here. And in this case, I actually die and get punished for it. So after this, I decide to go on a side lane. This is a pretty skilled matchup on both ends, but I honestly don't like to play it for the most part. And this is because after every single spell usage, Ambessa can dash. And that gets super frustrating to deal with when you're an immobile champion like Darius. He actually does do surprisingly well into Ambessa, but it is annoying. The main thing here is to not overcommit and overplay your hand. What I mean by this is take it very slowly. If you just pull Ambessa in and she has even 2 spells up, yeah, you're not catching her. If she has EQ, she escapes. If she has WQ, she escapes. If she has EW, she escapes. You need to make sure she has only 1 spell, really. If she has 2 spells, it may be very difficult to actually sit on top of her. You can also cancel out one of her dashes with your pull. For example, if she uses her first Q onto you, you can pull her in when she dashes back. And it's pretty reliable for the most part. But again, be very careful. Especially because in a short trade, she can press W and nullify a lot of your damage. And once she gets that Eclipse, you need to make sure every single trade is extended. If you do a short trade and she has Eclipse plus W, yeah, you will literally not dent a single point of her health. What you can do is try to freeze on your side of the lane and then maybe ghost her down. And that works pretty well for the most part, even if she has all the dashes. And that is because of the ghost movement speed. And if she flashes away, you can follow up with your flash. There's another thing that is worth noting here, and that is the fact that when Ambessa hits you with her ultimate, just before it connects onto you, you can activate your Q, and you will always gain the Q heal. She won't be able to stop that. And she can also dodge your E with her ultimate. While she's in the ulti animation, she is immune to the pool, so keep that in mind as well. You can go Boots of Swiftness if you want in this lane, to both deal with her E slow and to just have more movement speed overall to catch up to her. But plated steel caps are good into her as well. Once you get the Stride Breaker, it is so much easier to fight her. And this is because you can just activate that Stride Breaker effect and force her to start dashing away. And after she uses maybe 2 or 3 dashes, you can pull her back in. And that is a very good way of taking a fight into her. After Stride Breaker, I basically always do Spear of Shojin into her. And this is because once I hit that level 11, if I have Spear of Shojin, the moment I hit 5 stacks onto her, she just explodes instantly. Especially because most Ambessas will not take a lot of health. They might do something like Eclipse Voltaic or Eclipse Spear of Shojin. And that isn't the most health. And once the W shield and Eclipse shield is down, she will get completely one-shot. But in lane, you have to space her really hard. And make sure you take as little chip damage as you can from her poke. Because she might try to chip you down with her first Q and second Q.
Killing spree.
With Stridebreaker acquired, I can play this lane out so much better now.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Thank you guys for joining me in this video. I hope you found the information useful, and I will see you in the next video, hopefully very soon.
Night is falling on the old world. You won't live to see the new one.